Hey, Eran here for dangerouscurves.net, and today I want to show you the workflow for this video I uploaded 2 days ago. So let's start and see how it goes. Just before I start, I would like to say that the result will not look one-to-one because of the random aspects of generative art, but the style and the technique will be the same. So I started with ChatGPT. I asked it to create 10 short prompts about a dystopian future where machines rule in the style of Terminator 2. I received these 10 sentences, which felt a little bit too long, so I asked it to make each sentence shorter. So this is what I got. Machines rule, humanity near extinction in 2045. Machines enslave humanity, forced to work to fuel them. Machines show no mercy, executing those who resist, etc., etc. What I did from here on, I just took one sentence. Let's say machines rule, humanity near extinction in 2045. Let's take this one for example. Hop over to Midjourney, and in Midjourney I'll paste this prompt. And I will also add some styling to it. For styling, I highly recommend this site, which is ckovalev.com. It's like an aggregator for tons of styles and artists who you can reference. I tend to not reference artists specifically, but styles I definitely use. So let's use a style. Let's say I want, or a genre. Let's try a genre. Yeah. Let's try deconstructivism. Sounds good. Sounds fancy. So I'll tell Midjourney to use deconstructivism and maybe retro futurism as well. As you see, when I paste the prompt, Midjourney adds style as 1000, KS 40 and aspect ratio 2:3. This happens because I pre-inserted these, and if you want to know how you do it, you just type /prefer suffix. Then you can tell Midjourney what to add at the end of your prompt, and once you do it, it adds it to the end of your prompt until you change the suffix again. So let's see the results. Yeah, these are really nice, although I would prefer a black and white result, so I will copy these again. Let's say monochromatic, maybe no color. And then a slash imagine could help in this case. Yeah, now we can see that Midjourney got rid of most of the colors. Looks like number 4 is going to be our winner. Yes, number 4 is very nice. I will pick it, I will upscale it. While it is upscaling, I will generate a few more variations of this because we need a few takes for the video. Let's try to remix this. Let's try this sentence. Robots rule, humans at bottom of new class system. We'll keep the same styling. Submit. Let Midjourney do its magic. Alright, so we have a few more versions. I really like these ones. I will upscale, every one of them. Because we want to create several scenes for our video. And we need several starting points. I will explain that immediately. So this is the first one upscaled. I will save it. Let's create a folder for this project, call it Rise of the Machines Tutorial. And we'll open another folder, call it Init Images. I'll explain about this in a moment. So this is robot 1. We'll wait for the other 4 to arrive. Where is this paused? This is paused for some reason. While Midjourney is rendering the other images, we'll jump to Stable Diffusion and we'll start with the first image that is already rendered. So in Stable Diffusion, before we reach Deforum where I will make the animation, we'll go to image and I will try to make a little bit of a variation out of the robot I created in Midjourney, because I don't like the fact that images that come out of Midjourney are too perfect, too stylized. So let's try to ruin them a little. So I upload this image. I will keep the prompt, robots rule, humans at the bottom of new class system. I will also keep the styling, deconstructivism, retrofuturistic, monochromatic, etc. And here on the negative prompts, you see I pasted some words that I usually use in order to not mess up the image too much. I will add this in the description below and you can decide if you want to use it or not. Other than that, we have sampling steps set to 50, sampling method set to ULA, which I prefer over LMS, but you can test all of these. DDIM is also interesting. I will go with ULA for this example. Width and height, you see in Stable Diffusion when you scrub this, you see if you maintain the same aspect ratio. So this is the aspect ratio we are after. CFG scale, how much Stable Diffusion listens to our prompt. 8 I think is enough. And denoising strength is how much we want Stable Diffusion to steer away from the original image. So 0.6 is somewhere in the middle. And we'll generate, see what happens. Yeah, nice, although I prefer the Midjourney option. Maybe we'll try to add some grunge, dirt and scratches, Polaroid, film burn. I want to dirty up this image, make it imperfect. Try another reload. Sorry. not that satisfied with the result, so I may just use this as a reference image for the animation. This is kind of nice. Let's save it. Call it robot 1, stable diffusion. And now we'll go to Deform. In Deform we have several tabs. We have the Run tab, the keyframes, the prompts, the init. These are the tabs that interest us for this tutorial. So in the Run tab we keep the same dimensions, 512 by 768. Keep the same sampler. Sampling steps, we'll keep them at 50. The batch name is the name of the folder we want to save the animation to, the frames. Deforum actually renders each frame separately, so it comes out as PNGs. You can also tell it to output a video, but I tend to keep the separate frames as PNG. So we'll call it Rise of the Machines Tutorial Batch 1, because we're going to do several batches. And what else? Here I think we're done. We go to the keyframe section. We'll go with the 2D animation. Maximum frames 300. Border wrap. This is for the edges of the image, or the image is moving sideways or top to bottom, and Stable Diffusion needs to complete the image, so you can go with either wrap or replicate. I prefer wrap. And in the motion parameters, I will only use a zoom of 1.002. The others I will keep at 0. 3D settings are not relevant. And what else is relevant is the CFG scale, how much we want Deform to listen to our prompt. I usually go with a quite high number, 12 for example. That's it for this section. I think, let's see if I'm not forgetting anything. Oh, I just forgot one important thing in the Run tab is the seed behavior. I would go with iterate and not fixed, because fixed is tries to keep the same style as the previous image, and it eventually kind of ruins the animation, in my opinion. So iterate changes from image to image, but the style remains the same, so I would go with iterate. So with the keyframes we're done. With the prompts, what I do is I give Deform a different prompt every 30 frames, and the prompts I will take from these sentences. So I'll copy this entire thing, paste it here, and now I'll just tell it in frame 0. Use this prompt. In frame 30, use this one. Frame 60, use this, etc., etc. You don't have to do it every 30 frames, you can decide where you want the prompt to change, but if you want the change to be noticeable in 300 frames, so every 30 frames is a good sweet spot, I think. It's a lot of trial and error here. So lots of copying and pasting. We'll be done with it in a second. And we're done. One thing important is to maintain the syntax correct here, so you need a comma after every prompt line, except for the last one, which is last, so you don't need a comma after it. Periods are not necessary inside the quotes. And what else? Oh, the init is super important. We want to use an initial image. We want the initial image to be the robot 1 stable diffusion. Copy the name. Make sure you're on the right path. And now we're rendering 300 frames of this robot. In the meanwhile, we can hop back to the journey and see the other amazing images provided. We'll save them. Call this robot 2. Robot 3. Robot 4. And robot 5. I will fast forward this section of creating this animation because it takes a little bit of time. Although, as you see here, I have a super strong graphics card. I have an RTX 3090 with 24 gigs of RAM. I think that underneath this Stable Diffusion will have a really hard time rendering, especially in Dreambooth, but also before. But still, it takes time to generate 300 images, even they are not that large, each one of them. Okay, so I'm back after rendering videos from the 5 images we took out of Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. So we have a total of 5 different animations, and the next stop is Premiere. In Premiere, we will open a new project and import all of the animations we generated in Stable Diffusion. We have the batch 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will show you how I do the import. You basically choose the first PNG file, the one that ends with 5 zeros. I make sure that the image sequence is checked, and I click open. And then Premiere connects all of the images and generates a video sequence out of them. This is the first. This is the second. The third. Fourth. And last one. So we have 5 animations in total. Let's put them one after the other so we can quickly see missing here. Let's import number 3 again. So this is the whole material we have. And now, what I did was to duplicate every video and flip one layer horizontally so I can connect the 2 edges. Also need to flip this one. This creates an interesting effect. Of course, you can play with it to your liking. You can duplicate it 4 times or more or less, play with the composition. This is what I found to be interesting. Again, I will repeat it for all of the footages. And the last one. And now I will add the music that I licensed from Artlist. As we said previously, highly recommend their material. Let's see where I put it. Here. This is the music. Now I tend to work on the beat. So every time the beat changes, change the footage, create an interesting story. See that it's better to not start from the first frame of the animation. I think you get the idea. Then you can go back and forth between those 5 footages, and of course you can create more footages. It depends on the length of your entire clip and how much you want to variate inside it. What I also did is I took licensed another footage from Motion Array, footage of film scratches and burns, and I overlaid it on the AI generated ones using a screen, if I'm not mistaken. And this is basically how I did the video. That's it, friends. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you have any questions, any comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And we'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.